Happy weekend, everybody. Welcome to the week in Marvel Avengers Alliance here on G4G. Today is October 9th. Let's get the episode started because we've got a pretty big sale going on today. I do apologize, I do not have the cam on, but after a decent morning of not having a cluster headache as I slept a nap that I took in the afternoon today, unfortunately did give me a cluster and still suffering with the dregs of one at the moment. So I'm just going to keep the cam off, focus on the video, hopefully not have to re-record this just in case I get that audio sync issue. And today's background soundtrack is brought to you by the Super Metroid OST, one of my favorite all-time games, period, and one of my absolute favorite Super Nintendo games. Phenomenal game. So let's go ahead and jump right into what we've got on sale in the store. Just gonna check my PvP team real quick. I believe they are sitting at like +6 since today's earlier live PvP at 5. For those not familiar, basically for as much of this season as I possibly can, I am condensing my PvP into a broadcast of 5 PvPs that I do on Twitch, just basically to do them live for people, see what I go through on PvP and how it matches up to your experiences. So the Demon set is on sale. 192 gold. The Demon set, I'll tell you this right now, very, very good set. I would rate it an 8 or 9 out of 10 overall. Huge PvP value set, especially the signpost and the hotshot. I would say 70 to 80% of why you would want to get the set right there is the signpost and the hotshot. Those two are the real money makers in this set, and they are the two pieces that can be kind of grabbed out of the set and put in other things. The signpost especially. The signpost can be used in any modern drain set, and it is also used just to keep people healthy in PvP. It does do a dot reduction. If you see over here, Dark Fortitude reduces damage taken from damage over time effects while equipped. This is similar to when you have Pesty Beast out on the field. Not a whole lot does this. You get poisoned if you use it, and if somebody is giving you Death Frost, you get a massive bonus to accuracy on the agent, and it doubles the healing power whenever you use signpost. But then again, you could kind of do the double the healing power with the Staff of Asclepios. Must have for any valid collector of sets here in Marvel Avengers Alliance. But it is a very, very good set, and it is absolutely worth your money. Since we did just have a gold sale last weekend, there are some people who may have the gold for this right now. But I will say this, do not really go crazy if for some reason you do not have the ability to get this set at this time, as it comes up quite a lot. Also, something I want to make note of is the signpost is considered magic, but nothing else in the set is. Despite the fact that it's called the Demon set, and it does actually, I believe this was the set that was released with Daemon, and the Son of the Demon set is the one that was released with Satana. And actually this has synergy with Daemon, and the Son of the Demon set has it with Satana. So we also have the Scroll of Rutamarroth, aka the Ruta, aka the Rutabaga, aka the scroll that nobody pronounces. This is an absolute must-have. It is a shame that it is on sale for 128 gold. That is overpriced. It should be a 64 to 96 item. However, it brings to the field something extremely unique that only really Pesty does in the Son of the Demon set. So here's the deal with this particular item. On its basic face is that it is a quick action ability to put out opportunistic debuffs on the enemy team. Also, because Opportunist causes staggered 100% of the time, this effectively shuts down dodging or the Hugin's Eye. So that's why this is really big and why this has not left my PvP stable since I got it. It is magic, so that if you were to have the Crooked Branch and you use the Crooked Branch and then use the Scroll of Rutamarroth, you would heal yourself with it. On your agent, it automatically applies slowed. It is a bordered slow that cannot be removed. So, if we look at what this has synergy with, you'll notice that all those green self ones down there, what that is that it is saying if you have these debuffs, sorry about that, how to sneeze. If you have these debuffs, basically what will happen is you will put out more debuffs on the enemy team. So if you are exposed, you apply Soulfire. If you are weakened, you apply Incap. If you are dizzy, you apply Generalized, and that one is huge right now. And if you are slowed, which is what the set gives you, or what the piece gives you, you apply Manipulated. What Manipulated is, it is a non-negative Pesty beast. When you have Pesty on the field, both sides of the divide over there have the inability to clear their debuffs. That's what Pesty does. He affects the entire board. When you use the Scroll of Rutamarroth, only the team that gets this used on has that problem. So, if you drop into PvP, here's what happens when you use this as a quick action. Nobody can dodge, especially a Hugin's Eye agent, and everybody cannot clear their debuffs. They can heal, but Light Fantastic doesn't work other than the heal. Invisible Woman circulating air pressure doesn't work. Hafe does not work if he would have healed the team. Your Scroll of Anglobob does not work. The weather control device does not work. You cannot clear debuffs when you've used this item. If you were to bring the Chalice of Souls from the Son of the Demon set, you would also manipulate everybody. I believe if you use the Devourer, that's what puts out the Soul Fire, because I think that's what causes the Exposed. So, this is a must buy. It is a real shame it is this expensive, but you want to get this item. Can you do Opportunist with other... Oh yeah, sure. You can absolutely apply Opportunist with a Manvatara, with the X-Obliv, etc, etc. However, this is a quick action, and it does all those other things. Really, Pesty on a stick is why you would want to buy this, but the staggered is a huge bonus. We also have the Thorny, which is on sale for 128. This, a lot of people have believed this has kind of fallen down a little bit lately in terms of want. However, it is a very, very interesting item, and it has synergy with the demon set that is on sale. What this does is that all enemies get pincushion. All enemies getting pincushion mean they take extra damage from counter and follow-up attacks. So, considerably, you could actually use this as a setup for like a quick Noir team, a Union Jack Noir team, Quick Lord, all those others. By having pincushion out, they take extra damage from those. Your agent applies a magic shield to himself that absorbs incoming damage up to a certain point. There is no positive benefit when it pops. And it is up every single round. Here is the other thing that this thing does. It applies bordered debuffs on you of Death Frost, Poison, Burning, and Dark Void. All of them. All of them will be ticking down on your agent. If your agent has poison, which it provides itself, you have a chance to counter attacks, and when you do, you apply bleeding. Similar to if you are a magic user and you are using thorns or you are using Groot. So basically, if anybody attacks you in any way, shape, or form, you will cause them to bleed, but you may also counter. Why this has synergy with the Son of the Demon set is that basically this replaces all of them. So, if you were to run this with the Signpost, you would be providing the Death Frost that the Signpost needs to heal more. Way back in the day before the QAs were nerfed, that's exactly what I ran, was a Signpost and a Thorny, the Hot Shot, the Cube. Yeah, that's pretty much what I ran at that point. And it worked out pretty well until the QA nerf, and then I had to change it. The Thorny is less important than the Scroll of Rutamarroth, but what it allows you to do is it allows you to break up the demon set and still get all of its effects. So, if we look here at the Signpost, the fact that it says if you have Death Frost, you get that accuracy bonus and to double the healing power. You can run the Thorny and the Signpost, and then you would get that bonus, and you don't have to run any of the other pieces. In order for you to get Death Frost, you would have had to have run Fury. You could also not bring any of these other items and just bring the Hot Shot, and you will provide burning for the Hot Shot. You will also provide burning for that that big axe that is kind of related to the demon set, but isn't. I forget the name of it at the moment. It's not that of Age. It's the big one that some of the demons use. Thorny is pretty good. Really good with a lot of magic teams. I would not ever run the Thorny unless you could reduce dots, because if you look at all these dots over here, Death Frost, Poison, Burning, and Dark Void, that is a lot. And that will seriously wreck your agent's day unless you have a way of either, you know, healing the damage or mitigating it down. We finally have some visibility on the new PvP items. These have been in the store all the time, but they had no visibility. And then we also have the sale on the previous generation, 6 for 6, and this is basically 1 for 2. Now, I don't think the Hyperion alts are out yet. I think they've only just been being discussed, but I do need to check on that. Well, maybe. Okay, so the Hyperion sets, the new suits are out. However, I don't think they've had any visibility yet. We have Generalist and another Bruiser, and for some particular reason, they have 2 slots. So this is not really getting considered an alt. Flying, Righteous, beneficial status effects cannot be removed by enemy attacks or harmful status effects. So that means any of the bonuses on him cannot be removed. Solar Shepherd protects allies from single target and area of attacks. Very high crit resistance. When he is attacked, he gains the bruised benefit. So, he gets an enraged stack when he defends. It is the exact same thing here on the Bruiser version. So, the Generalist is more expensive because it is off class. However, the Bruiser version, the Generalist version, you can always apply morale boost to him if that's what you wanted. But you would not be able to apply the Elite ISO. If you were to get the and also the Generalist bonus does not mean quite as much as the Bruiser bonus. The Bruiser version over here, you can apply the Elite ISO and something else. Something like the Hardened Empowered ISO 8, which says that melee attacks get slowed applied to them. So if like Quicksilver hit Hyperion, he would get slowed. And where that comes in is that Hubbled exploits that as a pressure point debuff. So you'll notice over here, Paragon Exploiter, dizzy, exposed, slowed, stunned, and or weakened. So that sets him up for a little bit of extra damage on Paragon Exploitation. The question is which one to get. Well, honestly, the Bruiser one is the best one for him to sit. It provides more bonuses than Generalist, especially now that Generalist no longer boosts stamina. But you could always get a morale boost onto him. Honestly, I think he would get more mileage from this particular version. I actually will equip it. However, unfortunately, in a recent video, I have him completely kitted out over here. See, there's the Vengeful one with the extra chance to protect. Yeah, that's also another possibility. That is some super acceleration. If you go the Bruiser version, you can have that extra chance on when he protects, and if he has an extra chance at a turn, he can accelerate through all of these moves way quicker. It's still kind of amazing that he gained an alt suit so quick. And basically, visually, he loses the Robin Boy Wonder mask and gains a radiation symbol in his giant crotch plate over there. It is up to you which one you want to get, but I will say he gets more mileage out of being a Bruiser, especially the synergy with the Elite ISO, the Vengeful ISO, the Hardened one, whereas Generalist really opens up morale boost. And he gains the bruise benefit when he is attacked, so that is something that he does not get over here. If he was attacked by a Scrapper, he would gain it. But basically, with the Dark Hyperion over here, he gains bruise benefit on any attacks. Plus, he has very high crit resistance, which is good in the face of blasters. This does mean we could very well see some Hyperions in combat. He will have great synergy with any of the Rising Up teams like Heimdall. Wonder Man, Fellow Protector Wonder Man also does Rising Up, so the agent can run Neurotrope and boost them both up. Obviously, somebody like Heimdall, Omega Sentinel, all of those would be good. And now that he protects, that is absolutely phenomenal because he always gains Rising Up when he's attacked, so he can accelerate through the Rising Up buffs quite fast. And you don't need to run a Scroll of Rutamarroth for his buffs to stay, because of Righteous, beneficial status effects cannot be removed. So that means all of his Rising Up buffs will stick, no matter what. So there is the week in Marvel Avengers Alliance. We finally have some exposure to the PvP items. We have some good items on sale. Out of the three, if you were only to get one, I would say the Scroll of Rutamarroth now. That is the one that you really don't want to slip away. The Demon set is up a lot. And I mean, Playdon was kind of doing a pattern for a while where they were releasing the sets in order. But when it came to the Demon set, they got out of order a little bit. Then they've looped back to it a whole bunch of times. It's probably in relation slightly to the fact that this is October and Halloween is coming up, which means we may see the Blade set pretty soon. That would be interesting. We also have the blueprint for the Bruiser suit, or actually all the Safeguard suits. So we will talk about that one really quick over here because there are probably people who have missed those. So this tab has changed a little bit. Where would be suits, gadgets? Is that a suit there? What is that? Okay, so We have the Tactician, the Blaster, etc., etc., etc. I would absolutely consider the Tactician Safeguards a purchase. Very, 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 very huge. You cannot activate the tactical bonus like the previous generation, but the fact that Snappy Service makes buffs a quick action and the suit makes debuffs a quick action, you absolutely cannot pass this one up. The Blaster one says that you get a shield and your next attack applies staggered. Very, very good for shutting down Hugin's Eye. Also, you will not activate a Tactician if you attack. Very, very good. The Bruiser Safeguard suit, we all know this one. This is the one where you tank single and area attacks, you have a chance to apply Cower, and you reduce damage. Very, very good suit. Definitely worth a purchase, especially if you have the Elite ISO 8. The Scrapper Safeguard suit has a chance to do what Hafe does with the pre-counter, or if you were like running the Raft Shank, that would be similar to the Scrapper Safeguard suit. And the Infiltrator suit, you have an increased chance to dodge and you apply Fumbling. These two sort of mean the least out of the 5, and I honestly believe the Infiltrator suit, to me, means the least. However, you are immune to off balance, and if you would apply that new ISO to it, your pre-counters essentially should be unstoppable at that point, because you would be immune to off balance. And the increased chance to dodge is especially good if a Tactician is on the enemy side, because you will become unhittable at that point. The Scrapper suit is pretty common for like the Quick Lord groups and everything, because this can help protect the team. But I would rate Tactician as number 1, Bruiser is number 2, Blaster as number 3, the Scrapper is number 4, and number 5 would be the Infiltrator. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. We actually did have a lot to talk about today compared to last week. PvP is going on. I've only dropped 2 matches so far, and they are both visible in the past broadcast over on Twitch. One was to a Pesty Enchantress team several days ago, and on Thursday I actually lost to a Rocket Noir group. This one was extremely maddening, as Hafe had done a ton of work preventing many of the follow-ups, but one got through and they just blasted my team down. And Spider Noir, his counter was just, or his follow-up was doing huge amounts of damage, and then Hafe did not get a chance to go, so the radiation sickness from Rocket Raccoon wiped out the group that the follow-ups didn't. So, I mean, it was a complete bloodbath. But so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have yourselves a good weekend. Enjoy the sale. And again, to sum it up, the Scroll of Rutamarroth, I absolutely would purchase now. The Demon set is phenomenal. I would also get that, but if you can only get one right now, go with the Rutamarroth. And the Thorny is worth a pickup if you like your magic users, or if you want to put out Pincushion, or you just want to break up the Demon set slightly. It also has very good synergy with the Deathly Freeze Ray, and it also has very good synergy with that big axe with the 2 globes in it, that name that I keep forgetting. But usually that axe only works particularly well if you have burning on you. So, take care everybody, and have a good one.